So you may have seen in a previous video I posted that I came up with some mounts to put a light bar in between the bumper here, specifically a Feniex 600 series. And today I'm going to go over the programming of the Quantum series bars and show you how I got mine set up and go over a couple things for you guys. So if it's your first time using the Quantum software, you'll have to create an account and go through the setup and stuff like that. But you're going to hook up your light bar, and I'll show you that with power, ground, and your data cable. So this is the setup that I have using an M12 Milwaukee battery, supplying power and ground to the light bar. That's hooked up. Your data cable's hooked up to the little dongle that they give you here, hooked up to the USB port. Quantum software is up and loaded. You'll open up Quantum. Now for me, I bought this bar as a single, and then I just unlocked it as a dual. So you can see the current status is dual there, unlock level is dual there. So we'll go to the configure section, and for me, I am going with the amber white, and all these light heads are going to be in the amber white function. Depending on your setup or what you need to do, you have these different options here: red, blue, red, white, red, amber, and so on. If you had tricolor, then you'd be able to do 3 colors at once. Single color is only single, and then quad color or quint color for the new Quantum 2.0 stuff, you have full color access. Now, you only have 60 days to fully configure your bar. So that's to choose your color. I'm pretty sure as long as you save your bar, you can go back afterwards and change flash patterns and stuff like that, as long as you've downloaded and saved, but you won't be able to change color again without upgrading unless you have the highest level. So for this older Quantum setup, the 4-color quad is the full unlock, and then at any time I'd be able to go through. But for right now, amber and white, it shows the wire harness sticking off on the right hand side. That's how I have my bar orientated as well. So we'll go through, click next, and now we can start selecting flash patterns. So I have a cheat sheet that I made. I put some thought into what I want to do as far as functions and flash patterns and stuff like that, so that way I had something to go off of to start, and then like I said, I can go back and change it. So we're going to start with input 1, and this is going to be a flash. Flash pattern mode is going to be flashing. Pattern select. I'm going to start with hailstorm, and then I can always change it once I figure out everything else. And then just for testing right now, I'm going to set it for 10%. That way I don't blind myself. But go here and select all these as amber white. I got ahead of myself here. Flashing, hailstorm, 10%. And then at that point, we can go program device. And successfully programmed. You got 60 days left. You can now disconnect the device. So the other thing you can do too is you can go over here and click active input, and that will change it so that way you can actually see the bar flash and function the way you want to, and make any changes if needed. And that way you can easily set it up from the computer here and see what your settings are. So I'm going to shut that one off, deactivate the light head, and then I'm just going to go through and do the second one. So input 2, for instance, is going to be a takedown. It's going to be flood and alleys, and we're going to select this, and all of them are going to be white there, and we'll click program, and the flood and alley is automatically 100%. So all set, and I can go over here, activate input, check to make sure that that works out as well. And then I'm just going to go through my list and do a couple more. So we have input number 3, which is going to be a low flash or a center out. I believe we'll do arrow direction, and then I want the 2 outer ones to be white, and then I want the middle ones to be amber. like that. Select pattern. We'll go with a center out combo, 100% program. Then I think level 4, input 4, sorry, I had a steady burn. And this will just be a tail, so that way I can select the brightness. And I had a low mode steady burn for all amber. And select the brightness, 10%, program device. That's good. So from there, you'll be able to go through all your settings, your flash patterns, make any changes you want. When you're done, just make sure you always program, and then download your bar configuration and save it, and that way you can re-upload it if you need to change it in the future, or if you're doing a build or multiple different vehicles and you want the same one, you'll be able to kind of copy and paste. So I'm going to finish going through this, and then once it's all on the vehicle, I'll show you at that point. So I got the light bar mounted up using my brackets. I do have another separate video out going over the brackets that I made specifically for this project. Get this light installed. If you need the brackets, feel free to reach out and I'll be able to set you up with them. But for right now, I just have the light hooked up to the auxiliary switches for just a steady burn white, kind of like flood override, and a flash pattern. Going in the future, I do have some plans to tie it into a couple different things to be able to have more functionality without tying up a bunch of the auxiliary switches, but I'll go turn the light on and off so you can see it. So that's going to be a wrap for this video. When I go through and do some more wiring and stuff like that, I'll show you how I plan on getting this all tied in. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching.